Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on using hatching in AutoCAD. Hatching adds texture or fill patterns like concrete, mortar, earth, or wood. Today I will show you how to create and manage hatches. Hatching works with a closed area, so we shall start by drawing boundaries like rectangles or circles. For purposes of this tutorial, I've already drawn these items here. Now to open the hatching, we shall type H on our keyboard and then we hit enter on the keyboard, and that's what pops up. So to continue, we select the pattern that we want to use. For now, I'm going to use the brick, which is that one. Next, we shall need to add pick points. Look at this plus here, and then you select where you're going to put the hatch. You click in that space and then you right click and enter, or you hit the enter button on your keyboard. What's left now is to say OK, and here we have our hatch. You can see that it's too small. We may need now to edit it and increase the font, the scale. So by clicking on this and then we right click, we can go to hatch edit, and we shall be able to change the scale to whatever we want. This is 1, so we can try first of maybe 40, and we say OK, and you see it's too big, so we have to readjust it. Click on it again. Once you see that dot, it means you've selected it. Then you right click, go to hatch edit, and then we shall change the scale. This time let's try 10, and we say OK. Wow, that looks good. Now the other editing that we can do is to change the angle. We can click on this in a similar way, right click, click on hatch, and then we go to angle here and we change the angle to say 45 degrees and we say OK, and that's what happens. We can as well hatch so many regions at once. For example, to access the hatch again, we shall still type our H on the keyboard and we enter, and then we add pick points. Now the difference here is we shall select several areas that we want to hatch, and then we enter on our keyboard and then we say OK. As usual, it looks small, so again we shall need to edit our hatch by clicking on it. We right click, we click on hatch edit, and we change the scale. We can use the 10 that we used last time because it was looking good, and we say OK. That is it. Now lastly, we have to note that, as earlier on said, hatching works with only closed areas. Now I want us to try this rectangle which has this corner being open, and we see if the hatching can work. So again, we shall click H on the keyboard and then we enter. The brick is still there, so we shall go to add pick points, and we click on it and we try to click in this rectangle which has one corner open, and we see what happens. It has refused and says a closed boundary cannot be defined. So there might be gaps between the boundary object, or the boundary objects will be outside of the display. So it means it has refused. When you close it, AutoCAD will show you that these are the points which are not closed. And therefore, if you want to hatch that rectangle, you have to readjust that these 2 points meet, and that area will be closed and it will be hatched. Now, another thing we need to do is to delete a hatch. To delete a hatch, we click. Let's first remove this because it's still active. We click on the hatch Remember the ones we selected multiple. Once you click on one, it selects all of those. And then we hit delete, or we go to erase on our modify toolbar. So when you click erase, you can see the hatch which you had placed in the 3 objects is gone. That's it for hatching in AutoCAD. Thank you for watching and practice using hatching in your designs. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.